Hello everybody, I'm on Ngunnawal land. Specifically, I'm in the suburb of Downer. And I learnt recently that Downer used to be home to a CSIRO research campus. Not anymore, but I thought that was an interesting fact. But today's video is going to be on how colour is used to communicate with us. And I'm going to be looking at a range of signage and showing how that colour says different things, sometimes even without words. Now, colour is one of the most immediate tools designers have to communicate meaning. Even without reading a single word, colours can convey what we should do, how we should navigate a space, and where we need to focus our attention. In public spaces, this is crucial to ensure that both vehicle and foot traffic maintain a safe and steady flow. Now, it can be easy to miss all of the ways in which colour influences our decisions, and today, that's what I want to have a look at. Especially street signs. They use a wide range of colours to communicate a wide range of messages that oftentimes we take for granted. Red is probably the most well-known example of a colour with a strong meaning. On Australian roads, you'll see plenty of big red stop signs, and this sums up what the colour is intended to communicate, sometimes with severe consequences if the instruction isn't followed. As you can see here, we have a danger sign for high voltage. I probably don't want to go inside of this box. It's probably not going to be a good time, so I'm going to follow that instruction and get out of here. And here is the classic stop sign. Big and red. It does have the word printed on it, but even without that word, you'd know what it meant. Some other examples, of course, are the no entry sign, no camping, no unauthorized entry, no stopping. But because it's so attention grabbing, sometimes it can be used for branding. So of course we have the chemist there, and then we can't forget the big red coal sign. It gets your attention. It's hard to look away. The other place you'll see red lights is on the back of cars. They, of course, are the braking lights. They are signaling to us that the car is stopping, and you probably should too. Now, I want to have a bit of a discussion around whether we think red means stop because that's what we need to do when we see that colour, or if that's built into us. But first, we'll explore a few more colours. The other classic colour you will see when it comes to signage is, of course, green. If red means stop, then green means go. And you'll see a lot of the time that signage that is intended to direct you towards something you might want to go towards, it's going to be green, so you can see these location names. They're all on green signs with their arrows. You may also see green signs for where you could put your trolley or where you can park. Essentially, all these signs are saying, go ahead, you can put your trolley here, you can park here. If you want to get to this location, you're on the right track, keep going. Yellow is another colour that has a strong meaning when it comes to signage. It's not quite green, it's not saying go ahead. It's not quite red, it's not saying stop. It's saying, watch out. Things ahead might not be as they normally are, and you're going to need to pay just a little bit more attention. And you're probably going to be fine to go, but just be ready to stop. You'll see this yellow signage pretty frequently around pedestrian crossings, especially because there might be people and you definitely don't want to be hitting them. So you can see a lot of these yellow signs and even the yellow markers on the road signifying to you there might be something that you don't want to hit up ahead. You may also want to avoid hitting your tow truck on the top of a loading bay opening. You've probably realised that these three colours that I've touched on are the colours of the traffic light, and they are used with these three colours almost everywhere around the world with very little variation. So if the meaning of these colours is so universally recognised, do we have an inbuilt understanding of what they mean, or have we all just learned their meanings through repeated exposure? It's likely both. Studies have shown that we process warm colours like red and yellow much faster than we process cooler colours like blue or green. So in a high-stakes environment like driving, that speed matters, and likely explains why the faster processing colours are given more urgent meanings, like stop. Now, there are other colours that have associated meanings, especially in Western culture. So orange is a classic one. Orange is usually used for a sense of adventure, and maybe that's why they've painted the classic Canberra bus stops a bright orange on the outside. Blue is another colour that has a meaning, again, especially in Western culture. It usually signifies a sense of safety. So on the highway, you'll see signs to the rest stop, they're blue. Signs to the shop, they're blue. And these ones I thought were pretty funny. The parking signs, they're blue, it's safe to park here if you pay. But biology isn't the whole story. Many of our colour associations are learned and they're absorbed through repeated exposure in particular environments. And across cultures, not all colours have the same meaning. In much of the Western world, red's more emotive meaning is passion or love. But in China, for example, red is a symbol of good luck and celebration. White in the Western culture typically represents purity and is associated with marriages. But in other cultures, it's a symbol of death and mourning and is commonly worn at funerals. And if you can imagine wearing white at a Western funeral, that would be quite the taboo. But regardless of what a colour means to you, we tend to stop noticing how surrounded we are by colours. But regardless, we still respond to them. We obey red lights, we follow green arrows, and we feel a slight tension when we see yellow stripes. And that's the power of design done well. It doesn't need to shout, it simply works, just quietly shaping how we move, react, and feel in our environment. With all that being said, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Thank you.